Well, I just wanted to start filming. The crows are so loud. Anyway, hi. I'm going to the beach this evening. I kind of have mixed feelings, to be honest. But let's do this. So what's January been like for y'all? And this is me really asking, like I'm not just making conversation or something like that. I actually want to hear from y'all. So this is your cue to pause the video and write me a comment and just share a little bit of your lives with me so that this can feel like a proper conversation. For me, the month and the year started out very strong. I didn't have the best December, but then I did take myself on a date at the end of December and I set some intentions for the new year and I felt really positive and reinvigorated, and I'm just a sucker for that new year energy where everything feels new, fresh and full of potential. Then somewhere around the middle of January I got sick again. It was nothing serious, luckily, just a bit of a cold sinus infection kind of situation, but it was enough to make me feel really deflated. Just before that, I'd been thinking of some fun things that I could try to incorporate into my life in 2024 because I really like living in Goa so far. I like the life I'm building, but it still feels extremely like a work in progress and there are so many things that I need to work on. And I thought, why not make this a regular occurrence? Taking myself on a date, I should do it once a month. So I wanted to stop at the bakery and get something freshly baked to eat at the beach, but it was so crowded. Like they work fast, but there were at least 10 or 15 people at the counter with just 1 or 2 people serving. I'll get something somewhere else. There are so many ways in which this is going to be a really fun thing for me. The most obvious reason is self-love. It's nice to get out of the house. It's nice to go out with the intention of treating myself, enjoying myself, and that's something I just don't find myself doing very much. Cafe that I passed a few times and I wanted to check out. Today would be the perfect day, though I'm not hungry. I could get coffee. I'm not sure how to get inside. There's road work going on. So I saw a YouTube video also on this cafe. I went to the comments and there was someone angrily insisting that the place is haunted, which made me want to check it out even more. So I feel like one of the big reasons that I come to cafes is the vibe more than the food and drink also. I just really love, sitting and chilling in cafes a little bit. When I entered here already, I felt that this place is so cute and I got it Vietnamese iced coffee, which this is how they serve it. It looks really pretty. I was expecting a tall glass with a lot of ice. This is more concentrated and I think it's going to be really good. Since moving to Goa, it was such a major thing that I've changed my lifestyle a little bit, and while I feel like a lot of that was positive change, I realized that without even thinking, I did definitely sneak some negative habits in that I need to notice and I need to improve upon. So I've never been a very ambitious or goal-oriented person. I don't believe in grinding or hustle culture. I am more about living and experiencing life. When I moved to Goa, it was such a major thing that I felt like I need to prove myself, and I don't know who I was wanting to prove myself to, but I started working harder and at first I was enjoying it very much. I have this problem with pacing. When I have the energy and the motivation, I just work like crazy and I do not give myself time to rest properly or just pursue leisure or hobbies, and then I burn out. And this has happened multiple times since moving, both physically, wherein I get sick and then I am forced to take a break, or I'm burnout mentally and I feel so drained and zonked out that I just sit and stare at my computer and I can't bring myself to actually create. First impressions. The place is so impossibly cute. I just really liked it, and I know that I could stay on there only, get another drink, get something to eat, kill a few hours. But today the plan was to go to the beach, so I'm heading on over to the beach, which is not very far from here, and I'm sure I can make this trek again. Can't wait till besties are back in town, because I feel like I need to bring them here also. And my next reason is that, you know, I always have described myself as a homebody, and since moving here even more so, I'm making my home beautiful. I'm making it a lovely, safe, wonderful place for me to live and be comfortable. And that can backfire a little bit, because I feel so comfortable that I rarely ever want to step out. So I've reached near ᴠᴏᴜᴛ church, and the beach is actually not very far ahead, I think. So this is an area that I used to come to very often as a child, and then I haven't actually come this side in at least 10 years. A couple of times I made it till the church, but I've not gone on to the beach. So I'm getting this very strong sense of deja vu, and I'm enjoying it. And I really am very aware of how beautiful my surroundings are, and it's criminal that I do not step out more. Walking to a beach, two exciting sensorial experiences that happen. The first is that you often hear the crashing of the waves, maybe when you're 500 meters away. But ᴠᴏᴜᴛ is a very commercial beach, probably the most crowded one in South Goa, and it is tourist season right now. So there's a lot of activity and it's very noisy. That was out of the question. But I did have the second experience, which is smelling the sea, which also that hit me quite a while ago. And I feel like it started firing happy chemicals in my brain already, even though it's gonna take me another 5 minutes to reach the shore. That's okay. It is somehow exactly as I remember it, but also like a lot bigger, I guess. I was born in Mumbai, and I spent 3 decades of my life living there, so I felt very familiar, very comfortable, and very safe in my surroundings. And Goa was always second home, but I just do not feel that way about Goa yet. And that is hardly something that will change with me just sitting at home in my thoughts, because our relationships with places are quite similar to relationships with people. I think you need to put in the work and the effort. I know the beach is not really crowded by like Goa beach standards in general, but I have not seen this many people in one place since I moved to Goa last year, I think. So it's a little overwhelming at first to be here, because I'm used to going to the quieter beaches. The reason that ᴠᴏᴜᴛ is so popular is because it's one of the closest beaches to Margao, which is the big city in South Goa, and it also has a bus service running from Margao like directly onto the beach. So I know it gets a lot of tourists, a lot of footfall, but it is remarkably clean, which I'm so pleasantly surprised with. I do not see any like trash much anywhere. On the way here, yes, but the beach is beautiful. The sand is kind of almost a little bit white. The vibe's beautiful. I'm gonna dip my toes and then I'll sit down for a while maybe. There is a whole murder right ahead. I don't know what's happening. So for a lot of people, Goa is synonymous with beaches, and that has never been my experience. I think the main reason was because my ancestral home and my native village are actually more inland. I have always thought that Goa has so much to offer beyond beaches, but I think because of that I have actually been ignoring the beaches, and now I live somewhat closer to them as well, and I should be visiting them more often, because even if the idea of it doesn't excite me when I'm sitting at home, when I'm actually there I just find it so very peaceful, and I've really enjoyed sitting quietly by the beach. In fact, if I had reached earlier, I would have loved to spend more time there, but I needed to reach home before it was too late. I snacked a little bit. I also read a little. I had to stop reading because this book is beautifully written, but it's a little too heartbreaking for me. And of course I made some new friends as well, how could I not? The sun was quite low on the horizon, and before I realized it, it's now dipped below the horizon, like sunset happened. I was just really enjoying myself. One sweet doggies come really close to me, and I think, oh no, much more than one doggy. I think they smell the Monjani's chicken patties, and I'm not too hungry either, so I think it might be time to share. Hi. Hello. Hello. I fed them my snacks by hand. They were so gentle. This guy keeps putting his butt on me, but they're very gentle and sweet. I did get up to leave, but not before dipping my toes in the water again, and there would have been a little more to show you guys, but at this point my camera died, so this is where I leave y'all. See you guys next time.